Tonight's EuroLeague slate is like a five-piece puzzle. You've got some games that are just screaming offensive explosion, while others are shaping up to be a real defensive grind. In this breakdown, we're not just going to pick winners. We're going to slice through the themes of tonight's matchups to uncover the smartest bets on the board. So let's get right into it. And just a quick shout out to our sponsors, MyStake and Vivada, for making this breakdown possible. If you're looking to tail any of these ideas, you can find special bonus links for them right down in the description. So how do you make sense of it all? 5 games means 5 different opportunities, but the real value? It's not always obvious. Our goal is to cut through the noise and pinpoint exactly where the smart money is flowing tonight.
Here's how we're going to tackle it. First, we'll look at the potential high-scoring shootouts. Then, we'll zoom in on the teams that are absolute fortresses on their home court. After that, we'll break down a defensive slugfest, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a full recap of our picks.
All right, let's start with the fireworks. First up are the high-paced matchups, the 2 games where we expect the scorekeepers to be working overtime.
And kicking things off, we've got a clash of titans as Real Madrid hosts Crvena Zvezda.
You know, the dynamic in this one is crystal clear. On one side, you have Zvezda, a team whose defense just seems to fall apart on the road, frequently giving up 90-plus points. Their only path to victory away from home has been trying to outscore their opponent. On the other side, you've got Real Madrid, an offensive juggernaut that almost never misfires in front of their home crowd. When a leaky defense meets a high-powered offense, you get points.
We just don't see how this game stays low-scoring. Both teams are built to push the pace and contribute to the total. That's why we're looking at the total points line and taking the over 170.5.
Now, our second candidate for a high-scoring affair is the game between Maccabi Tel Aviv and Virtus, but for completely different reasons.
So what makes this game a prime candidate for a shootout? Well, there is absolutely nothing at stake. Both teams are locked into their playoff spots, which usually means defense becomes optional. Maccabi loves to play a fast, free-flowing game anyway, and you can bet the Virtus players will be looking to impress their new coach by putting up points. It's the perfect storm for offensive fireworks.
With low defensive motivation and freewheeling offenses, this one has all the makings of a track meet. We're confident this easily flies over the high total of 176.5. Okay, moving on from the offense-driven games, we're now shifting to matchups defined by location. Let's look at 2 home fortresses where the energy of the crowd could be the deciding factor.
First up, we've got Partizan hosting Baskonia in what is, as always, one of the most electric atmospheres in all of basketball, Belgrade.
Context is everything here. Partizan isn't just playing another home game. They're playing on the 34th anniversary of their historic EuroLeague title. That arena is going to be absolutely boiling with emotion. And on the other side, you've got Baskonia, a team that has been dreadful on the road with just 2 away wins all season. This is a massive mismatch in both motivation and location.
This isn't just about who wins. It's about the margin. With that kind of emotional charge and home court advantage, we expect Partizan to win this one comfortably. We're laying the points and taking Partizan minus 5.5. Our other home court lock is Olympiacos, who are playing for huge stakes as they host a Milano team with absolutely nothing to play for.
The motivation gap in this game is a canyon. For Olympiacos, this is a must-win to lock up the #1 seed heading into the playoffs. For Milano, it's the last road game of a disappointing season, and they have been abysmal away from home. Expect Olympiacos to play with championship-level intensity right from the tip.
That huge gap in motivation is exactly why you're seeing such a big point spread. And honestly, we think it's justified. Olympiacos should dominate this game, and we're picking them to cover the minus 11.5. All right, we've had the offensive showcases and the home court blowouts. Now for something completely different, a defensive battle where every single point will have to be earned the hard way. This matchup between Asvel and Fenerbahce is a fascinating clash of styles. Asvel brings a tough, physical defense, but an offense that often gets stuck in the mud. They're facing a Fenerbahce team whose offense is completely out of sync, but whose defense remains one of the best in the league. This is a recipe for a low-scoring, physical game. And the key factor that seals this prediction is the pace. Both of these teams play at a snail's pace. They're among the slowest in the entire EuroLeague. When you combine 2 elite defenses with a low number of possessions, the result is almost always a low-scoring game. Every sign points to a defensive grind. The pace, the defensive matchups, the offensive struggles, it all leads to one conclusion. We are firmly on the under 167.5 total points for this game. All right, we've run through the fast-paced offenses, the home court heroes, and the defensive grinders. Let's recap all 5 of our key picks for tonight.
So here it is, all in one place. We're playing the overs in Real Madrid versus Zvezda and Maccabi versus Virtus. We're backing the home favorites to cover the spread with Partizan minus 5.5 and Olympiacos minus 11.5. And we're finishing with the under in that defensive clash between Asvel and Fenerbahce.
And there you have it. That's our complete breakdown. But now I want to hear from you. Looking at this list, which one of these picks feels like the surest thing tonight? Drop your favorite bet in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you're thinking.
That's all for this one. If this breakdown helped you out, a like and a sub will be awesome. And don't forget to check out those bonus offers from MyStake and Vivada in the description. Good luck with all your bets tonight, and we'll see you for the next one.